Well, welcome everyone. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Laurie Reyon, and I am one of the keepers of the Omnidimensional Mystery School, which gave birth to the Whale and Dolphin Energy Medicine School. And that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about dolphins and whales and the beautiful certified practitioners that we have that have just graduated from Whale and Dolphin Energy Medicine School, and also those that have been out in the world working. They have so much to share with you, and there's nothing better to me than to hear from someone who's already done it, been there. They have some experience to share with you. So, again, Laurie Reyon, our website is lauriereyon.com. That's LAURIEREYON.com. And I'll be showing that site in a minute. But I want to just take a minute to introduce you to the planetary elders, who are the whales, and to the cosmic planetary elders who are here now visiting us. We call them the white whales. And there are 16 of them now here, as far as I know. There may be more, but those are the ones that are communicating with us about how to raise our vibration and create our light body. And then we work with what we call the ascended dolphins as well. There's bottlenose dolphins have just tons and tons of experience here in the physical as well as in the etheric, and they are here to help calibrate your DNA. So I'm going to take a moment now to, let's see here. Yep, I'm going to share the screen. And this is our website again, lauriereyon.com. We have several pages. The first one just gives you an overview of what it's like to work with healing with the great whales and dolphins. Science has proven now through the work of Dr. Emoto and Dr. Tadabakaitis, as well as many others, that the whale sounds and the energy patterns the whales offer us is the most unique and powerful healing path available on our planet. The sounds of the whales actually change the molecular and cellular structure of your body starting in 30 seconds. So it's quite amazing. Now, I'm not going to take time to read all of this for you. I'm just going to guide you to take a look at it when you have time. First page, whale healing and clearing, which is the first session that all of us do for every single person that we work with. Then the person has the opportunity in a couple of weeks to move into light body activations. And this was where the white whales come in that came to our planet on March 3rd, 2012. And they have been visiting me, working with me, and now so many others with the light body activations, working with the DNA. Aren't they beautiful? There's a lot to explore here. There's some YouTubes, details on the sessions, their names, so much fun. And then dolphin DNA calibrations are last after you've worked with us, usually for, 2 or 3 sessions, and you're really loving this work. You're seeing the changes in your body. Then we can bring you into dolphin DNA calibrations. In 2008, the dolphins told me they are the planetary epigeneticists and they have the ability to change our DNA with your permission. They call themselves master epigeneticists. So it's exciting. So I'm going to share a little message here. Um, and then we're going to get started introducing all these practitioners. The white whales have said it's time to upgrade your systems and make a conscious quantum shift within your own operating systems. The systems they offer us are pure potentiality, creating an instant upgrade based on your intentions. The light body programming we offer allows an accelerated change, growth, and a deeper connection to your soul. The whales are the most ancient and spiritually advanced souls on our planet, and they're offering us this gift to assist us in transforming ourselves into a higher vibration. So, light body programming is an energetic technique that has been revealed to humanity through myself and some other people. It's gone around the world. We're now in 17 countries and 4 languages. It is time to return ourselves through conscious intention to that which we truly are, right? To remember more. In our world, we use the vehicle of the great humpback whales because we acknowledge them as the original beings on our planet some 300 million years ago. They are stewards for our planet, and they are the most spiritually and intellectually evolved souls on our planet. We acknowledge them as the stewards for humanity, and we know they're able to assist us in healing and restoring ourselves at the subatomic level. So you can tell I could talk about this all day, but I really want to get you just, kind of wet your fever here to feel into the power of these great whales and encourage you to take a look at how you can really change your life by working with it. That's why they're here. But remember, they can't do anything without your permission. So think about it, okay? And let's get started now with me introducing this beautiful group of people that are ready to share. First one is Candice Gorman. I'm going to open up the gallery. Everybody can wave. Here they are. Candice has been doing this a while. I'm going to pin her screen here. There you are. Take it away, Candice.
Okay, hi. Yeah, I'm super excited to be sharing a little bit about my experience today. It is such a powerful opportunity to do this work and connect with the whales and dolphins at the level that we've been guided into. School. So my name is Candice Gorman, and I live in Palm Beach, Florida, by the ocean. And I actually graduated in 2020. I became a practitioner then. I actually went through school 2 times. The first time I did it for myself because the healing was so deep and so profound. I just felt like I was being upgraded every single time we met for class. And that, for me, that first time around was so profound, I let that be enough. And then when it was offered again the following year, I decided to step in, and I felt ready at that point to then become a practitioner. So this work is just so evolved and so deep and so powerful. It's just such an opportunity to even get to participate in it. So I've been working with people since 2020, both individually, and then I've started from there doing group sessions as well, because it's so much fun to come together as a pod and receive as a group and offer as a group. And so when we're facilitating sessions, our job is that of facilitator. So in school, we learn how to become that facilitator for others and become, through the process that Laurie teaches, we become a facilitator for the whales and dolphins, and they're the ones that are coming through and offering the session and engaging with the client or whoever we're working with. So it is just an amazing opportunity to be in that energy of offering a session. And the experience of school is to learn the process, but it's also moving through the upgrades and healings within oneself to get to the point where you can fully be in that presence and be that instrument of facilitation that is required to do this level of work. So it's really at every level. And I think that through school and then beyond school, as we're continuing to facilitate, it's a continual process of personal growth that never ends. And that's really why I love it, because it just doesn't end. It's a continual healing, it's a continual activations, it's continual upgrades. And I just feel that for myself, I have made that quantum leap so many times in a way that I don't see having been possible without having engaged with this work and with the whales and the dolphins in the way that I now have. So I'm just excited for who I'm going to become next month, the next 6 months, the next year. Like this, how I've gotten to the level that I am, and then I'm just excited for what's next. And working with the whales, they are just so supportive of it being a natural process that they're there with us each step of the way for our personal growth, and then in supporting us in how to facilitate for others as well. So I just can't recommend this work enough. I love it. I'm a lifer. I feel like I'm not, it's not like, oh, this is what I'm doing. No, it's become who I am. And I feel honored to be able to be in this space and to share it with all of you. And I'm excited to hear what everyone else who's here, all the other practitioners have to share as well, because I think we all have a different perspective, and yet we all have had this similar profound experience, which has led us to this moment of now. So,
thank you, Candice. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm. And I just want to say thank you. And I think we all do, because of the work she's done in the school and then outside of the school too, offering these group processes. And accepting people at all different levels and just continuing to expand her own consciousness. So you're going to find that if you end up doing some of the work with us, if you call up one of our practitioners here and decide to have a session, or you call me, you're going to expand, you're going to change. And then there's that opportunity. And then if you decide to get involved in the school, which we'll talk about more towards the end, our new class starts April 27th, then you move into a consciousness that can allow you a wonderfully, beautifully profitable, either part-time or full-time experience in becoming an energy medicine healer with the dolphins and whales. So there's a lot of opportunity here. Right now, we just want you to listen and take it in and feel the great power of the cetaceans. So, okay, thank you so much, Candice.
Thank you.
Okay, let's open up here. I'm looking for Marta. Is she here? There she is. Okay, Marta, you're going to go next. I'm going to pin you. And let's hear from you.
Okay, hello everyone. So like Candice, I joined the school a year later, though I was in her second round. It was in 2021, and it was the whole experience was very much kind of guided. I felt like I was like being told what to do by the whales, and I want to put this in a bit of context for people who are also haven't been connecting to the whales forever, or like me. I had encounters with the whales that were completely unconscious for me. Like I saw them in the ocean, but I was never like interacting with them in the way I'm interacting with them now. And it was in 2020, I saw an interview from Laurie, and I was like mesmerized by the idea of the whales doing this work more in this kind of etheric way and helping us in our evolution. So I was a coach at the time. I'm still a life coach, and I felt so affected by it and had so many dreams and everything that I asked the whales, do you want me to do the school and do something with you guys? Then I will, but just give me the signs. And they gave me like massive signs in my dreams. And then I said, okay, I'm going to dedicate the time. At the time I was living in Turkey. I'm from Spain. I live by the sea near Barcelona. But we were living in Turkey, and there it was like very late for me in the nights to do the sessions and to do everything of the school because it's a massive time difference. But I just went through it with two small kids, and I was like taken by it. It was just accessing a new dimension for me, and it was like so healing in the process. I'm so grateful I did that also at the time of 2020 lockdown and the whole thing. So I wanted to put that into context for people who haven't had yet like strong experiences with whales. And since then, I have been integrating this in my practice. I have been coaching and then having many clients that I'm not coaching, but that just came through the whales, my whales kind of side. And then I always wonder how they found me, and that's what. So another thing I want to say is like I always say, how did you find me? And I say I was just looking for whale healing, and then they found many options, but then they felt called to my website. So I was like, okay. So I understood, and I asked the whales to bring the people to me. So instead of me reaching out, and this is what has been happening, because I feel when people come, it's because they have been called by them. They had dreams. They had somebody telling them you have to do this, or somebody would buy a session for them and then contact me. It was all like this, and then I found everything is so magical, so out of my reach in terms of understanding. I just have to be humble and put myself as the vehicle of whatever they want to do with the people. And one thing for me that has been unique, that as a coach I know I would have never reached those levels, is even if I do very transformational coaching practice, and I have created a lot of transformation in many women, and I felt they were reaching a level where I could never arrive. And I don't even know what level it is, but they clear things that then people, they don't know how to explain, which was my own experience with one of Laurie's sessions before I joined the school. In one of the group sessions you offered, I cleared patterns that I didn't know where they came from or whatever, but changed my relationship with my husband. And it's all also in the website. I put my testimonial as well there. But the testimonials of people is like, it's so just magical. It's just not from the rational way of change that kind of people are affected. It's not logical, it's beyond. And for me, it has been challenging a bit to match this with my other part of work. I used to be a lawyer. I come from a rational. Sometimes I feel like even like how it does, people feel like you're very weird. Like my kids are like, "Mommy, don't say around that you speak to dolphins, please." Because they feel like people are going to think I'm mad. But I just love them. I can't stop. But I just feel like when people want to hear about that, they just they come. And yeah, so I just wanted to transmit that effect that the whales have had on me in my own healing. And one important thing I want to transmit is something that's so important on the planet right now, and something that it's difficult for people to experience for some reason, and it's the moment we're in touch with the whales. There is an access to unconditional love and universal love that is difficult to reach elsewhere, and that's the magical part of it.
Yeah.
And I think that compassion is so healing and transformational. That for me, that's the part that we as humans haven't, even if we have all our therapies and techniques and everything we can do, that goes beyond that. And for me, that's so valuable. That's why I'm going to be like at their service, as long as they want me to be. I just feel like the capacity they have to shift us is amazing. And then one last thing about the dolphins is I noticed some people get triggered by them in the sessions, and, and they're very relaxed with the whales, and then the dolphins come and it's like, Pam, and they kind of ask them to take action and things like that. So as a coach, I work very well with the dolphins because I feel they're like our coaches as well. And
Yes.
I just wanted to share that feedback from people that have been receiving the sessions, that sometimes they get triggered by it, but then the shifts they make are life-changing thanks to the actions they take, thanks to the awakening they get from them. So yeah, I guess that's all I wanted to share.
Thank you,
Yeah, I hope
Marta.
this is
Okay,
helpful.
take a
You're
minute,
welcome.
Marta, to type in the chat room how people can get a hold of you.
Okay, I
How they
will
can
put
reach
it
you. And
there.
again, you're in Spain at this time. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm in Spain.
So-
Yeah, we live in Spain near Barcelona.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're
I appreciate it.
welcome.
We love you. Mhm.
Love you.
Okay, we're going to go now to Shelley. Let me find you here. There she is.
Hello. Can you see me?
There you go.
So
All right,
thank
Shelley,
you.
tell us about you and your relationship here to the school and dolphins and whales.
Okay, so I'm Shelly Boling, and I live on the North Shore of Oahu in Hawaii. I'm really passionate about swimming with the whales and dolphins, getting up close and personal to nature. There's something magical that happens when we do connect that way. And I feel so blessed to have done this training. I've had much personal healing in this past year or almost year of doing this work. And I'm just really not who I was a year ago and or even a few months ago. So I have much gratitude to Laurie, Master Cat Puda, and Whales Dolphins, and all our pod mates, and even the people who assisted in our internships. I really love co-creating. And so it's been fun to play in a playful way with so many people and get to meet so many amazing souls. I think for me, I had a personal healing swimming with the dolphins. They were swimming in a double helix strand, and I had an awareness that the bubbles create healing, or it's a sound wave. So I was able to go over the bubbles, and they healed me, and it was an instant healing of COVID long haul. And I just went home and I said, what is with the dolphins and the DNA? And I had to find out. And that search brought me to Laurie and this whale dolphin energy medicine. And the whole training has really just blown my mind and blown my world open in a beautiful way. So I have huge gratitude for that. And I work as an occupational therapist with children with disabilities in the homes, and constantly for over 20 years. And I've been constantly empowering the moms to their innate knowledge and their wisdom on their own child, and then helping them to connect and heart to heart. And I think that when we do connect heart to heart, that's when magic happens. And so I see the Whale Dolphin School just being another capacity of supporting the moms. I'm really passionate about supporting moms because I was a mom that didn't have a lot of support. And so I tend to find myself attracting women who really need encouragement, and the Whales and Dolphins are always about helping us step into our divine nature and the truth of who we are and our gifts and our talents. So I feel like I'm excited to couple the work that I do as a OT, but now bringing that online to supporting the moms in a unique way, or anyone who's looking for one-on-one sessions, support that way. I'd like to do group calls as well in the future. And I've created a business, Heart to Heart Magic. So that's my website, hearttoheartmagic.com. And I'm wanting to take people to Moorea. I'm going to go this fall, taking people who want to swim with the whales and give them the experience that I've had. So helping support people to receive. I feel like that's been also a message from the Whales and Dolphins. I've had to be really strong and in my life and do it on my own. And they're always reminding me to receive, that they're able to support. I don't have to do it alone, and it's actually counterproductive. So that's an old belief and pattern that's going. And I really love to empower other people to trust the whales and this process. And in doing this school, I have 100% trust that the whales and dolphins are capable. And so that has been wonderful to receive that myself. So that's, I think, maybe the most, I don't know if there's anything else to share about that. I'm going to check my little notes. I think that's
I'm
the
going to have
main
you put your
things.
information about how people can
Yes.
reach you, Shelley,
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
put
chat
that in
room.
the chat.
Yeah. Yeah. She
Great.
has the unique
Thank
perspective
you.
of having worked with dolphins and whales in our school, which, by the way, is etheric. And we don't see any real differences in working in the physical or in the etheric. You should know that. It's wonderful if you can go out in the physical and swim with the whales or see the dolphins and from boats and so forth. Wonderful. I highly recommend it, but it's not required. It's not necessary. They'll come to you in your home. They literally drop their light field down over your home when we're doing these sessions work, and they're living Merkaba spins. And there's more to be revealed here, but Shelley is a wonderful person to contact if you want to go to Hawaii and you want to work with them in the physical too.
Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you, Shelley. Okay. She's typing in? Are you typing in? Okay, very good. Thank you so much. We love you. Okay, I'm going to open up to the gallery and we're going to go to Heidi. I'm going to find Heidi here. There she is.
Aloha. I'm Heidi, also from Hawaii, from the ancient mountaintops of Lemuria. And when I retired from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in January 2022, and I was contemplating what to do, and I found out about Laurie's class, and a few things about the class is when I saw that she integrated so many practitioners that I had been following on my healing journey throughout since I was a teenager or a kid, actually, starting from Seth Speaks. I read the book when I was in high school, and then Dr. Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden and the whole Hawaiian culture is integrated. Dr. Emoto, I counted over 15 people that I had been following that she integrated into the course. And I just really appreciate all of that. And I've learned so much in it. I've been doing sessions, whale and dolphin wellness sessions for the last couple of years now. I have whale and dolphin crystal singing bowl sessions that people absolutely love. They have major shifts, breakthroughs. I created a website or a company called Oceanus One. The ocean is us and we are one. And it's in the link there. If you go on the website, you'll see all kinds of testimonials. where people have curtailed breast cancer a couple times, have major shifts in their parents or siblings or in their actual careers, being a spiritual teacher as well. And can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Guys, you need to host, you need to click the button to be able to allow that. I'll just show you.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's no big deal. I don't need to. The website, I'm really happy about that. I've got whales and dolphins off Oahu playing in the water that a friend of mine took with his drone. And
Okay, hold on here.
I do humpback whale tours. I'm doing a tour tomorrow. I did all
Okay, there you
humpback
go.
whale tours. Thank you. All last season. And then this season, their business is really slow. But anyway, I talked to them, so well, let me help you out, and I can bring all kinds of business. I have a bunch of people who want to go on a whale tour. So in 3 days, I filled up the boat with 50 people. We're going tomorrow, and I have another one March 1st. But here's just a little flyer on, I don't know if you can see this, on the crystal singing bowl sessions. In a session, instead of a 30-minute guided meditation, I play the bowls for about 30 minutes, and I play the whale songs in the background. So that's pretty cool. Do those at people's homes or, park or whatever. And I'm hosting a scuba dive trip to the Philippines this May 27th. I went there last July and it was just so fabulous. Everything about it was incredible. So I'm okay, I'm going to host this trip myself. It's not really whales and dolphins there, but there's terrestrial sharks. And it's just that whole connection with the marine environment is so profound. It's such an amazing place. See anything else?
Thank you, Heidi.
I think that's it. Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Best wishes to
Blessings.
everybody.
Another Hawaii gal. If you guys are going over, you got to check these girls out. Of course, they work on the phone and they work on Zoom. They work energetically too. So, okay. So we're opening up to the gallery and we're going to now invite Shaleigh to share. So let me pin her. This is Shaleigh.
Audio. So hello, everyone. I'm Shaleigh Ariel. You can see my website behind me. It's like where to start. So my website covers kind of 3 areas that I work in right now: the whale and dolphin energy light medicine, as well as a bodywork healing arts and spiritual guidance. I was really born into this life with 1 foot in this world and 1 foot in the other world. And nature, being in nature was my safe space, my solace as a kid. I spent a lot of times, you'd find me usually up in a tree, but could be wandering in the woods or playing with the worms, the earthworms. With nature, with the animals. It's nature's been a big part of it, but school tracked me the other way. So I was also smart, and somehow this spirit has always guided my life. And I think that's what happens when you're kind of born between the worlds. And so I ended up with a degree in math and worked in computers for a number of years, and then switched into law because the computer was not fulfilling my heart center. I knew I needed to be more working with, basically out there in the world with people. And in the process, I really came back at that point in my life to saying, what do I really want to do with my life with all these talents? It was the late 60s, early 70s. It was a consciousness movement. I was doing yoga and meditation, and all of the openings that were happening at that point in my life was pulling me in both directions. So throughout law school, even, I ended up working with a psychologist on staff, helping people bring health and healing and wholeness to their lives. But, you know, I tracked as an attorney for, well, I closed my practice about 2012. But during that whole time, I've always had these two worlds. I practiced martial arts for more than 40 years, started a martial arts school that's celebrated 26 years this year. But there was a power healing work started coming through me, or it started coming to me when I was even still in law school. And so I promised myself at some point I'd allow myself to follow my hands. And that's what I've been doing. And I've been working with veteran population most recently. And the body is amazing that we live in this miraculous vehicle. And when I sat down last night to write what I wanted to say today, what really came to me went back to the trip to Moorea. Heidi was on that trip. We were both in Moorea at the same time. But that December, end of December is my birthday, and I always take a look at where I've been that year and what's calling to me the next year. And in December of 2022, what I found when I went into my heart were the whales. And it was like, oh, what's that about? I wasn't sure, but I stayed open. And within weeks, beginning of January, I connected with Laurie. There was something about her, the way she spoke, that led me to her website. And there I saw the trip to Moorea. I signed up to swim with humpback whales in Moorea. I signed up to do a bioaquatics cranial sacral class with the wild dolphins in the Bahamas that year. And then when I saw that Laurie's Master Cat Pudo was an aspect of Seth, again, Heidi, like you, they weren't out when I was a teenager, but they were out in that prime time when in my late 20s, early 30s. And I devoured those books. So in a way, it felt like coming home. I'd also worked a lot with the gray whales. I've been on the board of directors for the California Gray Whale Coalition for the last 25 years. And when we were in Moorea, we did a meditation with Blasia, was the cosmic white whale that Laurie connected us to. And that's who came through last night when I was thinking about what to share today. And what she wants us to, well, when I was in there, she shared a vision and a message with me. And as I tuned into that last night, it really expanded, because that was in September of 2023. That was before I had started any of this work. And the vision that she gave me was that the whales were calling us to be their ambassadors on the earth. The vision was them spy hopping. I could see them spy hopping. And like that, the messages going out from the whales over the land to us practitioners or whoever will listen, because I've met people who the whales have come into their meditation and guided them. They're not doing this work, but the whales are reaching out to people for sure. They want us to carry their messages and their work onto the land. And they're asking us to be like cell towers, staying connected to them as well as connected to each other, working together. We're to create a cetacean grid across the globe, raising the vibration throughout as we relay the messages that we humans live in an avatar body, and that we are truly divinity embodied. The working with the whales and being in school with them has been transformational. They see us in a way that is so far beyond how we see ourselves. that they open these doorways. And, you know, it's hard to express your gifts in the world when you don't even really realize the magnificence that's there. But when that is reflected back to you, it allows you to embody those aspects and be that greatness. And they are here cheering all of us on, cheering us on, and they're asking us to cheer on everyone else that we meet, so that we understand the power and the gifts and the mastery that is embedded within us, in our DNA, working with the dolphins, in our light bodies, that we have these incredible light bodies that are magnificent, and that is what's needed to all of us join together to create this next phase on Earth here. So they say, come work with us in the Cetacean Nation. Let us assist you in realizing your gifts, your mastery, for there's no one like you, and we are not complete without you. So
well said.
That's my message today from
Thank you, Shaleigh. Appreciate it.
So I'm in Cupertino, California, Northern California, which I forgot to mention at the end. At the beginning.
Go ahead and put your information in the chat room if people want to reach you. Very connected. Very powerful, Shaleigh. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, we are going to Andrea. Andrea, let me open up here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Pelletier, and I'm in Boise, Idaho. And I do other modalities besides working with whales and dolphins, but that is such a true part of my heart. They are amazing. And I didn't know anything about them when I was first introduced to the idea of whale and dolphin energy light medicine school. But I was on Laurie's website and I saw it, and I immediately like burst into tears. And I went, oh, okay, there's definitely something here for me. And it has been an amazing journey. So going to school, wow, where do I even begin? It was for me an opening of my mind and my heart. I made new friends, like-minded friends, and also friends with the whales and dolphins, because each one of them has a very distinct personality. And as you work with them and receive their healing and wisdom, you get to know each one of them. And it's a really beautiful relationship. You'll also learn some history about Earth and our world and what's happened and things you've probably never heard before, as well as, like Heidi said, being woven in with other information from wonderful experts. And Seth, for me, was very important in my early life. I read all the books that I could find in high school, and really inspired me and set the stage for my continued journey, as my whole life has been a spiritual journey. The whales and dolphins have a sense of humor, and they also provide really amazing practical solutions. They are solution energy, and they show us things we never would have thought of. So I'm a graduate of the class of 2022. And so I've been doing this work for a couple of years, and I think that every one of my clients has been touched in amazing ways by the whales and dolphins. So I love working with the whales and dolphins and with the clients who are drawn to them. And some of the things that happen from working with the whales and dolphins, there's so many things, but they take you on a journey to yourself. You'll know yourself better. You'll find parts of yourself, dimensions of yourself that you didn't know existed. They offer deep insights and support to help you awaken to the truth of who you are and that greater divinity that's within you. It's really a beautiful experience. They bring you into alignment with your soul intentions and your purpose. And shifts happen and healings happen. And inspiration and joy are felt and experienced. I've had all of that happen. They open you to more love and light for yourself and for others. And as we know, light is wisdom, so we can't have enough. And I can say all these things with confidence because of my own direct experiences with the whales and dolphins. As I went through school and as I've continued on, I have received from the whales and dolphins physical healing, practical physical stuff like my knee problems. That was healed. And then further work in light activations led to a healed and upgraded body, my whole body, through the light activations to a younger and healthier body. For example, my breathing is better since doing that template, and my joints don't ache, so I'm in a different timeline. The whales also helped me tremendously, and dolphins, last year in my grieving process because I lost a really close friend and coworker. And they brought me to a place of hope and peace and with grace, just with ease. So I can't thank them enough. I am so grateful for everything that's happened in my journey with them. They've helped me expand my level of communication with myself and with others, both embodied and not embodied. They opened me to a connection with the Pleiadians, and so I receive more communication with them. They've helped me numerous times with airline travel and airplane turbulence. I call on them and they come and they bring their light body over the plane and they smooth it out. And as I travel for my my muggle work, my daily work, a lot by air, it's such a gift to know that I can call on them and they will be there and it'll all smooth out. So they are etheric, they are practical, they're amazing. And I want to tell you what my classmate and colleague Diane Drakely said to me recently about it. She said, working with the whales and dolphins is more than healing physical and emotional wounds. It is a lovely spiritual journey, connecting with other sentient and loving beings. So the whales and dolphins will meet you wherever you are on your spiritual journey, and so will I. And being the best ambassador for the whales and dolphins that I can be is my goal. And I would love to work with you and the cetaceans. So hopefully that happens. And the whales will be there with you every step of the way.
Thank you, Andrea. That's a beautiful testimonial to the work and your business. Go ahead and type in the chat room so how people can get a hold of you. And we're very, very grateful for you, dear.
That's me also. And I will type that in.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we're going to move now to Louise. Finding you.
Thank you, Laurie.
There you are.
Okay. So my name is Louise Cadrin. I go by Louise Cadrin. So I go by name Louise, but you'll see that I also have M in front of my name. It's a legal thing. I live just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I'm very fortunate to live close to the ocean where I see the whales. I have just completed the training, and when Laurie asked us to talk about what it's been like to be in the school, I think what I would say is the whale and dolphin light energy medicine has changed my life. And I think as an empath and as a starseed and a light worker and a multi-dimensional being, it has integrated my understanding better of that. I've always felt a connection to galactic beings and the fae and the dragons and the whales and dolphins, but the training has helped me to understand myself in these dimensions even better, or these dimensional beings even better. It has enhanced my understanding of the ascension process of being a conscious creator, It has moved me to create a daily practice that now involves creating sacred space with the whales and celestial beings every morning, listening to whale song and blazing the violet flame every morning to clear my energies, monitoring my thoughts to try and stay in the higher dimensions, remembering myself as a conscious creator, calling upon the solution energy of the great whales and dolphins. This has all become a way of life for me. And I'm just going to quote something from our school. It's from Mother White Whale Wataki'i, who's one of the white cosmic whales that we work with. Because she says the dolphin and whale energy medicine creates a crystalline matrix in a human form, activating dormant DNA and allowing the human to carry more light, thus preparing them for ascension. You may experience an accelerated change, growth, and a deeper connection to your soul. The processes will assist you in moving into higher states of consciousness and in raising your vibration. And this is something that is part of the wisdom teachings that we use in almost, I think, every PowerPoint that we do when we give sessions. What I would say about this is that has been my experience of going through the training, where we shared sessions with each other and experienced each of the templates and each of the DNA calibrations. And so that would explain what it is, what my whole experience has been of doing this training. My background is a music therapist of 24 years, so it's not lost on me that I have moved into another level of sound and vibrational healing and working with the whales and dolphins. I'm also an author, publishing a book in 2018 that was called The Star Child of Atarashara, The Field of Unlimited Possibilities. At the time I published it, I had no idea that I was metaphorically writing my own story as a star seed and accessing multidimensional aspects of myself to write it. So I now have a fuller understanding of the story that was channeled through me and of the expansiveness of who I am. And that has also been because of my training with the school and the levels of learning that we've gone through. So at 63 years young, I feel that everything I've done to this point in my life has brought me to the work with the whales and dolphins. And I did have in February of 2024, a light activation session with Laurie. And at that time, the whales channeled through her saying that if I felt called to do this work, it was something I would be good at. And I just was uncertain at that time of what to do. And I was in Sedona on a trip. And the last night I was in Sedona and I sat in that beautiful vortex energy. The message came through very clear that this is the work I'm meant to do. I feel very called to do this. So what do I bring to this? I feel that my life experiences of ongoing searching for my soul's purpose, the need to understand why I'm here, the calling to remember myself as a divine being, the need to better understand myself as a starseed and light worker, my ability as a therapist to hold deep space to allow the people I work with to go as deep as their souls allow. These are all things I bring into the sessions. And I would say that this work with the whale and dolphins is a calling of service for me. I set an intention every morning of service for the people that are meant to work with me for their highest and best outcomes, for the whales to bring them to me. So my intention is to work with the incredible elders who are the whales and dolphins to hold space for your journey and to be the highest being of light I can be. And that is so exciting for me. And as Laurie said, we work with 14 light body activation templates and 12 DNA activations that allow us to carry more light in our body as we prepare for the ascension process, to access the wisdom, the memories, the skills, and the knowing that's already in our DNA, and to remember who we really are. So if you feel called to work with the whales and dolphins, I would be honored to be part of that journey. It would be an absolute honor. So thank you, Laurie.
Louise. Beautiful. Thank you so much for all you shared. It's so powerful. So powerful. I think people are getting the idea now that this is life-changing. It's not something that's available on every street corner. It's somewhat relatively unknown in the world, the work that we're doing with the whales, but they did tell me 22 years ago if I would do this work that it would go around the world in 6 years or less, and it has, and that one day they would be in the medical buildings and be acknowledged as the great doctors that they are. So I think you're getting that testimonials from the girls here. So thank you, thank you. All right. we are now going to introduce Stefanie.
Hello there. My name is Stefanie Vogelsang. I live on the East Coast, New Jersey, New York area, and I would just like to say happy World Whale Day. And we are doing this session together. And I hope that people all around the world align with our beautiful earthly whales, but through this school, you can access the ethereal whales and dolphins. So it's been a beautiful journey. I was attracted to many dolphin whale healers, but Laurie attracted me because she is cosmic, galactic. I was just enchanted by the scope of work. You will find your place with the whales and the dolphins, but also your galactic family who's waiting to receive you. And I feel like even though we've spent like the last year together, I always feel like it's a new beginning. The more I learn, the less I know. But it is such a beautiful journey. You will get bonded to your classmates. I feel like I have friends for life. I mean, like true heart, soul friends who have the same vision of bringing just love, healing to the human beings, but also to the planet, to Earth, to Gaia. And I have more realizations every time I give a healing, I get healed. So it's been quite a wonderful experience. And I just have been, since I was a child, I had a connection with dolphins, but I didn't understand it. And now going into the other side of my life, I do. And so this school was here to meet me. And, I appreciate the experience, and I would like to bring the whales, as Shaleigh said. I went swimming with the whales, the humpbacks, and I knew in my heart I had to bring their essence to the land, because not everybody can go um, into the oceans. And I knew that I would serve them by bringing their message on land. But we work on the land, we work in the ethereal, we work in our hearts. And that's what I would like to assist you with and bring to you. And I am grateful for this experience. So thank you.
Thank you so much. So grateful for you, honey. And she's so right. You have to wrap your mind around the fact that we, envision dolphins and whales in the oceans. And of course they are, but they're in the etheric too. And they're coming from these vast different, galactic locations. And the white whales, of course, they tell us they're cosmic. So they've actually come from a different universe. And that happened March 3rd of 2012 through the Stargate in Kauai, which is part of the story you'll learn if you join us in the school. So we just really want to thank all of these beautiful souls that have immersed themselves in the world of dolphins and whales, and they're going out, to assist so many. And I think you're getting that idea now. Okay, I'd like to introduce you now to David. There he is.
Hello, I'm David Diamond. I'm part of the 2024 class, and I don't know where to begin as far as whales go. Going back 55, 60 years as a teenager, I had visions of swimming eye to eye with huge whales and connecting with their vast consciousness. I had no idea I'd ever be actually connecting with them in this way. It's amazing. I'm going to take a moment and put my contact information into the chat. Because as you'll see in the chat, I've recently become a staff member of a major counseling center, a counseling center that does a lot of work with people who have experienced abuse, with addiction, and they welcomed me and the whales with open heart, with open arms. They really saw the potential right away in whale and dolphin energy light medicine. So I have an practitioner's office there. I do many modalities. I do workshops in sound healing, in law of attraction, in advanced chakra work. All my life, I've studied and taught spirituality. I developed a course in personal metaphysical journeys, which I developed and taught over 14 years at Temple University in their Ollie division. But again, I never thought that I'd be so connected with the whales and dolphins. They are truly our masters, our spiritual and intellectual masters. The dolphins have been on Earth for 30 million years. The whales have been on Earth for 300 million years. And of course, eons before that, they've been cosmic creators alive in our universe and in other universes. In the course, in our training, we're taught how to communicate with the whales, how to communicate with the dolphins, so that we can work with people, we can facilitate direct healings, connecting the people with the whales and dolphins. We've studied, we've given, and we've received over 30 different whale and dolphin related healing sessions of different types. They're all different. And we've learned how to communicate with the whales, how to channel messages from the whales and dolphins for our clients, personal messages, which are very transforming. Of all my modalities, this has been, I guess, the one that elevates people the most, that heals them physically, emotionally, spiritually, and raises their consciousness to a cosmic level. Now, as some people have mentioned, Seth is one of the most articulate beings in this cosmos as far as bringing to us a knowledge of what reality really is and what consciousness really is. And that comes through this course. Mr. Katputa is an incarnation of Seth, and it works with Laurie, Reyon. So it's such a great connection. All my life, I've studied with various masters, with Yasutani Roshi of Japan for a year as Zen master. I've studied with Yogi Bhajan and several other great masters. Everything has led me in this direction. And this one great thing about this modality is it's compatible with every belief system. Several of my clients have been ministers, and they can't stop talking about how wonderful the benefits of having had sessions with the whales and dolphins are. I'm just filled with gratitude. That's all I can say. I am honored to be able to be a facilitator for this new consciousness. As we all know, this is the age of ascension. This is the age where the vibration of the planet is rising as we prepare for transition to the fifth dimension out of the third dimension of duality. This is the age where time is accelerating, not only accelerating, but linear time is being disassembled bit by bit. And we're starting to learn the true nature of consciousness as something that can take us anywhere in the universe and take us across time, across space, beyond time and space. And this is really, really being facilitated by the whales and dolphins. So I am just so grateful and so honored at being a part of this, facilitating this, and helping bringing the whales into the world for clients to help them. Thank you so much.
David. Thank you, David. Beautiful. We've so enjoyed working with you, and I know we will in the future. And what a beautiful testimonial. Thank you. Thank you. Remember to put your information in the chat room.
It's in the chat room.
Okay, we're going to open up now, and we're going to welcome Tommy Gibson. Tommy, you're up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tommy Gibson. I am totally blind. I started losing my sight in 1995 and went totally blind in 2002. In 1996, I was given 3 months to live, and here it is, 2025, and I'm still here. I've had to reinvent myself many, many times through this process. The whale and dolphin classes have been totally off the chart. I have to say they were difficult for me, not having sight. So everything in the class, I had to adapt. And at times it was very difficult. And there were times I was going to give up. And my podmates wouldn't let me. My podmates wouldn't let me, and neither would the whales. And the whales, every time I was at that point of saying, I can't do this anymore. They were like, right, come in, no, you can do this, you can do this, you know, and they just pushed me along and pushed me along and pushed me along. And I stuck with it. And at one point, you know, when I was really at the point I was going to give up, I told the whales that I'm throwing my hat in. I can't do this anymore. And then my podmates rallied around me, as did the whales. And when we finally completed the second module of the dolphins, the whales came to me and they said, well, we messed with you a little bit. And that, remember when you said you were throwing your hat in the ring because you had enough? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, if you were really truly giving up, you would have thrown the towel in, not the hat. You threw the hat in the ring, which meant you were going to stay. I was like, oh my goodness. You know, so but I know in my background, before I went blind, was in the data network field in the brokerage firms in New York. After I lost my sight, I had to reinvent myself. And so I had to find something that I could do without my sight, and massage therapy came to mind. And it was like a duck to water. And I'm extremely good at it since I have no sight. My hands and my intuition took over. And the work, massage work I do is incredible. And then I moved into energy work, Reiki. I'm a Holy Fire Reiki master, a Holy Fire Reiki animal practitioner. The painting behind me is the Holy Fire Threefold Flame of Divinity, which is a multidimensional interpretation of the Holy Fire symbol used in Reiki. And I had it in my mind and I had no idea how to get it out because I can't see. So I ended up meeting a multidimensional artist in David Von Braun in Bullseye City, Arizona, and he commissioned him to do the painting. And we you know, to do it, I had to encase him in a container of Reiki energy as he painted so that it would come through the correct one, because his guides were saying there were 5 paintings out there. The painting is an actual portal. It brings in undiluted source energy, love energy from other dimensions into 3D. Because in 3D, we don't have a tremendous amount of undiluted love energy. It's a hybrid of fear and love. And the energy that comes in from the other dimensions, which is the glue that holds all dimensions together, it actually transmutes the fear out of the hybrid, releasing the undiluted source love energy back into its pure potential, which helps the planet ascend, helps humanity ascend. In past lives, I've been a Native American shaman. I've been an African shaman. I've been in the Middle East. I was a blind priest who was able to tell the outcomes of battles and things like that. I'm very connected to crystals. And one of the things that I find is that since I have no sight, I don't look outward for the answers because I look inward, and that's where everything is. That is where power is. That is where your soul is. That is where the energy comes from. It's all from within. Validation does not come from outside sources. It comes from within yourself. And so it's a very, it's been a transformation for me. I mean, and like I was actually introduced to dolphins before the whales. I started having dolphin dreams of working, rescuing children with the dolphins. And then on a New Earth One network, I saw a podcast where Laurie was being presenting, and it was like whales, dolphins, yes, whales and dolphins, yes. I was like, I gotta find out about this. So I found out and I signed up for the school, and the class got canceled twice. And it was like after the second cancellation, I was like, what's going on? And the whale said it's not the time yet, because we were going through such a purging process and a cleansing of the earth and the raising up of the earth's vibration so that she could ascend back into the full alignment with the rest of the universe. And that has taken place. And so everything is shifting tremendously. So I was finally able to start the class last April, graduated in 2024, and it's been an amazing ride. It's had its ups, its downs. It's been, it's been very emotional. It's been very heartwarming. I've met people who really care about each other.
Yes.
It's a sense of community that you really don't find very often. These people are not shallow. Everybody is there for each other to support each other and help each other. I didn't know any of these people. And when I was having problems and issues, they all came running in to say, we'll help you, as did the whales. So it's been quite an incredible experience. And some of the sessions I've held have yielded unbelievable transformations. I have a friend who, after getting the COVID-19 shot, got an autoimmune disease, and every organ in his body started to fail. He got cancer, he's got a blood disorder, he's got seizures, you name it, this kid has it. And I've been trying for a long time to get him to do a whale clearing and healing. Well, I finally got him to do one. And it was interesting because he never made it through the full clearing because he ended up having, his heart just stopped. And he dipped out for 15, 20 minutes. And they gave up doing CPR on him, figuring, oh, well. And out of nowhere, he started breathing on his own and his heart started again. And when they got to the hospital, they couldn't believe what had happened because his entire blood work, which was horrible, shifted 180 degrees.
It was reset.
They were like, what did you do? What were you doing? And all he could tell her was, I was swimming with the whales. I was swimming with the whales. And his brain activity has gone off the charts. He is producing theta waves and stuff where they say that he could outlive all of us based on his brain activity, even though he's got still has some issues, but everything is shifting and changing. So he's definitely a work in progress, but I've never seen such a shift in a person physically and mentally. I mean,
This is such a testimonial, Tommy. I mean, we all have great testimonials when working with the dolphins and whales, but that's one of the most profound stories I've seen and heard. But it's a testament to what's possible. And if you
Absolutely.
decide to join us either for personal session or you decide to join the school in April, you're going to experience things that you can't imagine. That's all I can tell you. I mean, it's just off the charts. We don't know the capability, really, that it's limitless potentials to work with these elders that are literally 300 million years on the planet. They know what's going on. You know, lots of people have referenced my partner, Master Cat Puda, and before the video's over here, I'll go get her so you can say hi to her. But she is an aspect of Seth, and she continually says that there is no limits in working with these cosmic beings, and they bring that limitless potential to the earth. So it's pretty profound. And I just want to give a special shout out to Tommy because I know he's had a challenge, and I know you and I cannot imagine what it's like to be blind. We don't know what that's like. But yet he has pursued, and he's gone on, and he's graduated, and he's now available to do work with you. So thank you so much, Tommy, for your testament.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Laurie. It's been an incredible ride. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. This is awesome, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to introduce now Kim Crumroy. I think she's here. Sorry. Okay, she was. Oh, there she is. Okay, Kim, you're up. Go ahead. Okay, we're not hearing you. You're muted, honey. Click that little red microphone. It's not working. I'm going to try. No, it's not letting me do it. Are you clicking it? Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Got it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Crumroy. I reside in Miami Beach, Florida, and I have just completed the 2024 training as well. And I've always been really drawn to the water. I am a water sign, and I've always loved the dolphins. And during COVID time, because I live in Miami, I was able to spend a lot of time on the water on my paddleboard. And that's how I really started to literally commune with the dolphins, because they would come to the board and just play with me. And so I began to have a very different relationship with them and understand why I was craving. I used to swim all the time as a little kid, and I just needed to be with the water. And during that time, I was also, like all of us, I think, just kind of searching for, what was next in life with so much abrupt shifting. And I was feeling this really deep craving to go home. And I didn't even know what that really meant, but I was really craving to go home to my roots, to my true self. And so I was listening to some beautiful offerings that Lauren Gailey had on the internet, and that's how I came across Laurie and Master Caputa. And as soon as I heard the material about the school, I just stopped in my tracks and said, that's home. That's where I need to go next. And it was literally just a day or two or three before the new session was starting with school. And I reached out to Laurie to find out that I could join in. So I did. And I'm so grateful that I did. And so much of what I have really appreciated about the school itself is that I work a lot during the daytime, and I missed a lot of our classes that we had in community this way. So what I loved is that everything was recorded so that I could also watch them during my own available time, and I could still be a participant, even if it didn't work into my schedule. So I think it's a beautiful opportunity as a potential student to know that there's freedom around this work. And also, as many have already mentioned, just the opportunity to work with this group of people, these students that we have been so blessed to be around and together, and to create these relationships. I mean, as Stefanie had mentioned, and several others, I mean, these are friends for life. And some of the things we've been through during this class with each other is just, it's crazy life stuff. And so grateful to have the true support of really rich hearted people. And of course, our cetacean friends. So I'm so grateful for all of you and for all of these opportunities. And I have worked in many different facets in my life with people with disabilities. I worked in healthcare administration. I've also done a lot with movement, physical fitness, and I'm so grateful that there's another piece to tie in that's not just about our mind and our thinking. It's really about coming in tune with ourselves inside, within, and being able to be moved and to be able to be healed and cleaned and cleared in such a profound way with not a lot of time. It doesn't have to be about traditional therapies, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's obviously a beautiful possibility to have all of these extra therapies and supports as well. But I love that the solution energy that the cetaceans brings healing so rapidly, yet at our own pace, in a way that's gentle and for us. But it's such to be with the elders and to share with others. Part of what I also loved about reaching out and giving these sessions with oftentimes strangers were just how connected we all are to the water, the dolphins, the whales. And even if you don't know someone, you meet them for 5 minutes, invite them, and all of a sudden they share all these beautiful stories about healings they've had and health issues they've experienced and their dreams and et cetera, et cetera. And I just love how orchestrated this work is with the dolphins and the whales and how they bring to us who we need to be with and around and to heal and for each other. And my heart is full, and I'm so blessed and grateful to have this experience. And I would also like to put one last piece that I can offer, that I have a flexibility in what hour of the day I do my work. So if anyone has, they're living in different areas and different coastlines, I'm willing to be up at any hour to be of support in this beautiful work. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kim. Beautiful. Be sure and put your information in the chat so people can find you, okay? Okay. All right, so Teresa, are you there? Let me find you here. Where are you?
Hey,
You were here.
everybody. I forgot to mention today is World Whale Day.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
put
Today
the
is
link
World
in
Whale
the-
Day. And I
I'm gonna
didn't
let-
even remember that when I planned this today. That's perfect. Okay. So here's Teresa. She goes by Tamara Light. Welcome, welcome.
Hi. My name, my name is Teresa McBee. Tamara Light is the name that came to me through working with Laurie, actually. I started working with Laurie in 2013 after hearing her on Jennifer McLean's Masterworks Healing show, and having been on a healing journey working with different modalities for most of my life. I grew up in a small town in rural West Virginia, the Eastern Panhandle. Currently, I'm located near Harper's Ferry, which is about 80 miles from Washington, D.C. and Baltimore. I grew up in a small town, the oddball, like most of us, and learned a lot from my grandmother, my mom, about nature and cooking, different things about being outside, because that's what we did, that's what we had. As a part of my journey through college, I ended up being trained as a social worker and working with a community mental health center where I dealt with all types of people looking for answers and peace and intervention. That was very gratifying and very frustrating at the same time. The system never works quite the way you hope it's going to. As I got into my young adult life and children and family came my way, I found myself drawn more into working with holistic medicine, crystals, herbal preparations, anything you can think of. I studied it and I worked with it and used it with my family as much as they would tolerate. And then found myself working with Laurie and then being a part of her whale and dolphin energy light medicine. I took my training in 2019 and 2020, graduating in early 2020. And since that time have been offering sessions online as well as in person. And God bless Zoom when the pandemic hit and we were all stuck where we were, because it brought me, in addition to this beautiful group of podmates that I came to know, it brought me people that I'm still friends with now and work regularly in healing groups using the whale and dolphin energy healing, as well as universal spheres, as well as Reiki, just whatever is called for. I've been very fortunate to add lots of different tools to my toolbox. It was such a blessing to me to have the group that I found through the school. In addition to, I still think it's really cool that I get to say, yeah, my friend who now lives in Arizona that I met in whale school, and it never fails to bring a smile to the people that I'm talking to, because whale school is really cool. So I've been offering sessions online via Zoom, by telephone when needed, and in person. I have just recently found a physical location where I'm going to be able to practice in person, and we'll continue doing the online stuff, of course. But that's been a blessing, and I'm excited to move into that. My website is sadly out of date, and is lined up for an overhaul in the next couple of weeks. So I will have that to be able to pass along.
In the meantime, you can put your, your email and phone number in the chat so people can call you.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. It's been a blessing to be involved with Laurie and with Master Cat Puda, as well as the friends that I have made. And my life has expanded, my consciousness has expanded. I've learned to be comfortable doing channelings, not only offering messages from the whales and dolphins as a part of a session, but also channeling other light beings as they come in. It seems there's a lot of animal spirit entities reaching out to make contact, I think, as a preparation for moving further into 5D and being able to establish more fully the new Earth that is just around the corner. So I'm looking forward to bringing that kind of information out as well. So thank you, Laurie. Thank you, Jennifer McLean. Thank you, Master Cat Puda. I love you all. Thanks to Laurie, I got to swim in the Bahamas with the dolphins, and it was so amazing and so exciting. There's a whole big escape story that is good for another time.
There's nothing
and
like
it
those
was so
Bimini
fun.
dolphins.
Oh man, not a thing. I was able to take my husband back to Bimini 2 years ago for our vacation, and it was just, wow, it was just amazing.
Thank you so
so
much.
thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to working with all of you. Yeah, wouldn't be here without you. Wouldn't do it any other way.
I love you, Teresa. Take care. All
Love
right.
you too.
Okay, let's we have another Kimberly. Let me bring her in here. There she is. Kimberly, you are up.
Okay. Thank you so much, Laurie. Hello, everyone. I've actually prepared something. So I'm Kimberly Lozier, and I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm so excited to share a bit about myself, my journey, and how I became a certified whale and dolphin energy light medicine practitioner. My husband Hassan and I have always been lifelong learners, passionate about helping people unlock their potential. For years, we've guided students and professionals around the world in personal development and academic success. Hassan's expertise is rooted in math and science, while mine is focused on the creative side, literature, language, and the humanities. Together, we've blended our strengths to offer a unique approach that bridges logic and creativity, science and spirituality. Recently, however, our work has expanded in a whole new direction, one I never saw coming. It all began in October of 2023 during a conversation with a spiritual coach. Out of nowhere, she said, "I see you singing with the dolphins." I laughed and thought, I'm not a singer, and I have no connection to the ocean or dolphins. But as often happens when the universe speaks, synchronicities started to appear. Within weeks, I found myself immersed in the teachings of Jennifer McLean, which quickly led me to Laurie Reyon and the incredible world of whale and dolphin energy light medicine. I'd never heard of this type of healing before, but the more I learned, the more I knew it was something I needed in my life. I began working with Laurie in one-on-one sessions, and what happened next was nothing short of miraculous. So there's one session that stands out in particular. I had recently injured my abdomen while weight training and was in a lot of pain. During my session, the whales appeared and performed what I can only describe as energetic surgery on my stomach. I could see them working on me. When the session ended, the pain was completely gone and has never returned. But it wasn't just physical healing, though. I noticed that old emotional triggers simply disappeared. One by one, the stress and drama that used to weigh me down dissolved. I felt lighter and freer, like I had risen above it all. So by April, I knew I needed to go deeper. So I enrolled in the Whale and Dolphin Energy Light Medicine School. Let me tell you, I've been to graduate school, but this training has been far more in depth, more powerful and transformational than anything I've ever experienced. The impact has been truly remarkable, not just for me, but for the people I've worked with. And here's what some of them have shared. Maya shared, I felt lighter, more spacious and joyful, and I felt blessed. For Karen, she expressed, after the session, I felt very calm and peaceful, which stayed with me for the rest of the evening. I was not triggered by a situation that would have set me off before. I remained in a loving and compassionate space, exactly what I've been wanting. Jack said, I felt tingling sensations all the way up and down my body, with a larger pulse beating in my lower belly at one point. I also experienced visual light and flowing imagery with the sounds. And Connie shared, I wish I had the words to adequately describe it. There is a giddiness inside me. It's like an excited anticipation, but I'm not sure what for. I am beyond grateful for the healings I've received. Hearing how this work has helped others has only deepened my belief that we're truly onto something powerful. As I went through the program, Hassan and I realized that we needed to incorporate this work into our existing offerings. This led to the creation of our new business, Fusion of Knowledge, the Spiritual Lab, where we combine science, spirituality, and energy healing to help people generate, activate, and accelerate their purpose and path in life. Currently, we offer 3 main programs: Life Force Navigator training based on quantum human design, Soul Glyphs, which are custom energetic blueprints designed to help people align with their unique essence and goals, and, of course, Whale and Dolphin Energy Light Medicine, which brings profound energetic healing to those ready for transformation. This work has been such a gift to my life, and I feel confidently called to offer it to the world. It's not just about healing, it's about raising our collective vibration, increasing the light, and expanding the presence of love in the world. Each session is an opportunity to reconnect with our true essence and help create a ripple effect of peace, joy, and compassion. Thank you so much for letting me share my story. If you feel called to explore this work further or are curious about our offerings, I'd love to connect. You can learn more by visiting fusionofknowledge.com. Together, we can generate, activate, and accelerate the light within us all. Namaste.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Kimberly. Very professional, but yet so heartfelt. And we just adore working with you. And I know you have so much to give. So
Thank you
also
so
be
much.
sure to put your
Okay.
contact information in the chat.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we are going to the gallery here, and Elizabeth Bell, you're next.
That's right, I have to unmute myself. My name is Elizabeth Bell. I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm a recent graduate of the 2024 class of Whale and Dolphin Light Energy Medicine. And my trip into foray into this work was kind of circuitous. I met Laurie Reyon through, as many others had, through Jennifer McLean's Masterworks, and I connected very strongly with Laurie's very direct, I don't know, heartfelt but very clear manner of communication. And I also worked with her one-on-one. In fact, I remember the very first session, the Whale and Dolphin Healing. And at one point, Laurie said, "And do you have any questions?" And in my head was, I don't even know where to start. This is all so new, so different. Also, like I think a couple of other classmates, as I also did not have remembrance of a connection to whales and dolphins, but that's coming back. I wasn't even planning on being on the course, and that came just hours before the class started, and it has been completely transformational. I felt for myself just how much calmer, greater feeling of emotional stability, dissipation of drama, and of course, so much more joy. And that I didn't see coming either, because I'm a pretty serious person. One of the things I absolutely love right from the get-go about this work is it talks about opening to our own power to this work, so that as my classmates and I facilitate whale and healing sessions, it's all about each of you and what you open yourselves up to. And to the extent that you can say, I'm open to see what comes, and suspend any disbeliefs you may have about what could take place, it's quite miraculous. As Laurie has said many times, that one of the great powerful aspects of this work is that each of the sessions, although there are 13 DNA calibrations and 14 whale healing templates, is that each time each one is repeated, it's like peeling the layers of an onion. So you get more acquainted with yourself and more deeper in. And that is particularly powerful. This work evokes deep emotion in me, and oftentimes in the people I've worked with. But on the other side, of course, there can be much laughter, and both emotions provide a huge benefit of release as you're integrating these new energies that are rebirthing you and the sum of all your lifetimes. And that energy is very powerful and very beautiful. And it's an honor to work with others and see them as they transform. And so I'm very grateful to Laurie and Master Cat Puda and all of my classmates, current and past, and maybe in future. And I look forward to doing much more of this work. Thank you.
Elizabeth, thank you for your beautiful story. We love you. We support you. Okay. Okay. So.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Everybody, we're back. And here is my partner. This is Master Cat Puda. She's a huge
Hi,
part of the
Mr.
Dolphin and Whale
Caputa.
Energy Medicine School. She's very vocal. She travels all over the world. She writes, she channels, she heals. She works in partnership with the whales, and this work wouldn't be possible without her. So I thought I'd let her say hello. Hey, baby girl. Yeah, she's just about to turn 17 years old too, March 3rd. So I've been in Puda school a long time, and we are totally telepathic and wonderful partners, aren't you? And say hi, everybody. There you go. Okay. Okay. Good girl, honey. All right. We have more to share. Okay, next up is Karina.
Hello,
Karina
everybody.
is one of our European girls.
Yes,
Find you here.
exactly. Very European indeed, because my name is Karina Sava. So I'm based in Germany, in Munich, Germany right now, but I actually come from Romania, a country at the west coast of the Black Sea, where beautiful bottlenose dolphins are at home. And I can only say that I was really attracted and fascinated by the dolphins as a child. I still am, of course, and I could hardly wait to go to see the dolphins in a dolphinarium in a harbor town at the coast of the Black Sea. When I was a child, I was really feeling at home. It was like I had no clue why, but I just loved them, and I wanted to be there to see them. I wasn't allowed to touch them, but I could really take a closer look at them. So I was really happy. That made my whole vacation. I mean, I was like crazy about them. And so that was the beginning, let's put it this way. And like all the other podmates of mine, life took me everywhere. I went through many different challenges and experiences. I started learning Reiki because something like in more than 25 years ago, because I had some health challenges, and it helped me a lot, and I was very grateful. And I have the feeling that everything that is planned for us to happen in this life will happen, and the seeds are being planted ahead of time. So after becoming a Reiki master at the beginning of this millennium, at the beginning, I think it was in year 2000, something like that, I was just treating myself, and I was just placing my hands on my throat, and I had something that is called a glimpse of a multidimensional experience without having a clue of what was all about. And I was just taking out of my body, and I saw some beings from somewhere else, and I just got so scared, I freaked out. So I did my best to stop that experience, and afterwards I was just having regrets, and I had them inside of me another 25 years or something like this, till January last year, when I got a session with Laurie. I got to know Laurie through, of course, Masterworks Healings of Jennifer McLean as well. And I asked Laurie about that, and she confirmed that was one of my star families trying to reach out and to teach me something. So, and I was really, that confirmed what I felt inside. And now here I am after this incredible and advanced training at this wonderful whale and dolphin energy light medicine school, where I got to understand more what has happened back then. And meanwhile, I know that I'm a starseed, and I know that part of my origin is also on Sirius B, the water planet of the whales and the dolphins. And it's really amazing. I mean, when we are in the school, really incredible things happen. Like we get to know these cosmic elders, the white whales, of course, the wonderful dolphins, and the earth whales, the humpback whales. But I couldn't have imagined to experiencing the things that I did experience during this training. And a very recent one was when we were supposed to channel the energy of 3 new whales, and one of them, when I just asked him to share the energy with me, I had an experience that I haven't had before. I started crying and sobbing, and I knew, and I instantly got that thought that this being in the body of a white whale this time was one of my former teachers. And meanwhile, I got a message from one of my podmates during a healing session that I received where he confirmed that, and even more than that. So I was, so as I said, there are things that happen that we get to know ourselves on such a deep level. And this is really just the beginning. And I have the feeling there's so much in front of us that will bring us so much joy, and the opportunity to really be of service, of help, and to really start living that unity consciousness. You know, the more we share with the rest of the world, the more we bring all of us together. So this is so important. And by getting to know each other, by activating these strands of DNA, by letting the whales and dolphins, of course, do this for us, activate our light body, there are so many possibilities. And it's not about the head, it's all about the heart, as always. And when we feel that joy and that fulfillment, we know that we are on the right track. And this path is calling me more and more. I am a professional nurse, and I have experienced many beautiful things there, but I feel that it was just part of my way. And now the dolphins and the whales want to be more and more present in my daily life. And just to give you a taste of what's possible during these light body activations, I would like to share something that happened to me during module 1, when a dear podmate of mine gave me a light body activation called Wisdom. After the session that evening, I was listening to an MP3 where I was supposed to repeat out loud a sentence and a word in that sentence. It was in English. I didn't quite understand. So I was looking up in the dictionary that word, and I got so many translations that were okay, but didn't relate to this particular context. So I was really desperate. So I just got up and went to bed. And in the middle of the night, I woke up, realized that I had just had a download, and I got 2 different explanations of that term that I couldn't have possibly find in any kind of a dictionary. And I knew I didn't have to write that down because I understood instantly what that was all about. And then in the morning, after I got up, I received 2 additional downloads. So I wrote 2 pages with explanations about what that particular word meant in that particular context. So I was really blown away by that. And I thought, oh my goodness, I knew that was powerful stuff, but this was beyond imagination. So I was so grateful. And but as I said, that was just the beginning, because I was very challenged last year. My husband got really seriously ill and eventually passed away. And I'm so grateful I was in this training, because without the support, the loving support of the whales, dolphins, and this incredible podmate, of course, Laurie's and Master Cat Puda's, I don't know what would have happened to me. It was so difficult, and it was like, yeah, I mean, I got some signs, but of course, I didn't want to acknowledge them because I had some hope. And but afterwards, I could accept that it was just in time, and it was part of the plan and our agreement with each other. And I can feel his presence, and I know that through this work, through this training, and everything that's going to open up for me, I will be able also to communicate on a much deeper level with my husband, and it's still there, but on a different level of vibration. Let's put it this way. And well, I can hardly find my words because there is so much to be said, but I'd like to share also an experience that, a testimonial, yes, that a beautiful lady that has become a dear friend of mine during my internship. That was a colleague of mine in another training, but to whom I didn't have any contact before. So what she shared about her healing journey during the internship and also a little bit beyond. So when we got in touch to start the healing sessions, she had lost her hearing in her left ear. And the doctors told her that it was a permanent hearing loss. So they said, well, we could try to reduce the inflammation, but you came too late to us, so no chance of real recovery. But still, they performed some steroid shots on her that unfortunately, that procedure led to punching a hole in her eardrum. And they said, okay, well, sorry, they wanted to perform also surgery on her, and she didn't accept that because it was their fault and she couldn't trust them any longer. So she said, no, I'm not going to do that. And she said instead, okay, I'm going to stick to these healings because that's probably my only chance of recovery. And after several sessions, so after the white whales and the dolphins came in, she went for a checkup, and the doctors were really baffled because her hearing returned to almost to normal, and they couldn't explain that. And the doctor said that in her whole career, 16 years of career, she's never seen something like that. So it was really unbelievable, but unfortunately she got sick after months, and then her hearing went back down to 10 to 20%. And the doctors tried to convince her to perform surgery on her again, because they said there is no way for the hole to close by itself. And she said, well, let's see. So she asked for guidance, inner guidance, and received a definite no to the surgery. And she said, I'm sure this hole is going to close by itself. And last week she called me and she was more than happy. And she said, guess what? I went for the checkup and the hole has started growing a membrane over it. And the doctors can't explain that. So this is amazing. Yes. So this was really quite a ride for her. Yes. And that happened. And I'm really grateful for the whales to have let me experience something like this, because I was just a facilitator, but I know it's so much more is possible. So yes.
Thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there are, as I said, so many things but what I still want to say is that I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be part of this pod, because it means the world to me, you know. I'm so glad that I met all these wonderful people, Master Cat Buddha, you, Laurie. I mean, you opened my eyes, and you felt, I could feel for the first time in my life really protected and safe, really, because I knew, okay, I don't have to struggle by myself. The whales and the dolphins are there. I only have to ask for the solution energy. And when I'm on my way, so I'm not perfect, but I'm improving. So when I forget, I struggle a little bit, and then I realize the more I ask, the easier it is for me to remember to ask for help. So it's getting easier and easier. And I have the feeling I have started experiencing what some people call the miracle zone, the lightness of being. That's the miracle zone for me.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is.
So it is wonderful, and I'm so grateful for all of that. So yes, I can start.
Karina. Go ahead and put your information in the
I
chat
will
room. Would
do.
you?
Thank you for everything, and well, hope to see you out there.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Lots of love. Next person is Nicholas, another European practitioner, facilitator. Bring Nicholas
Hello.
up here. Where are
I'm
you?
Nicolas Laubocking, a Frenchman with a Chinese surname that I got from my father and my ancestors. I was first introduced to the whales and dolphins by listening to them, and first things were already happening within me. I couldn't understand why, so that's why I was kind of curious. So I also later went to see them in the Azores Islands in Portugal, and then surrounded by them, their energy, 1-2 hours. Things were still happening physically. So life brought me to the Energy Light Medicine School, and I was accepted to enter the school. So I could go in a step-by-step process in what I could say way to launch and update the programs that are within you, like in a computer, but within you. And I came down with these programs, but they were needed to be launched and updated to be used correctly. And this is what happened to me. And in such a way that what is clearer within me now are my thoughts, my mind, my words, my feelings. I feel like I'm using my tools correctly. I'm going toward either by running, flying, or swimming on the way toward the objective that I have fixed for my life before I come down, I would say. So surrounded now and connected to the whales and dolphins on a daily manner, just by listening to them, communicating with them. I really feel like I'm proud of being closer to them. So they enabled me to go in a much wider view of my life. And I'm also kind of at their service in the same way that I'm at the service of the divine, enabled to also use what I learned to transmit it to others. Since I went through this, I'm able to help others to go through this. So this is a way. This is how I have called the small company that I've built, which is Transmission in Action. So I'm here to transmit what I receive to whoever has to receive it, and put an action plan for them to be able to use the tool that were transmitted. So this connection to the whales and dolphins helped me to enable the flow of divine love to be a little more spread through me, thanks to me, in the outer world, I would say. And basically, this previous episode of myself, which was an electrical energy engineer in multinational companies, I changed my job into more multi-dimensional, multi-universal companies in the department of whales and dolphins, and also other departments. Several tools that I have learned, and I am be glad to transmit or to put at the service of others. And this will be summarized in a website that might be ready by March 2025.
Thank you,
Here is
Nicholas.
the summary.
Thank you so much for sharing. It's so great to have our beautiful practitioners in various countries, you know, and how we come together through the pod and how the dolphins and whales call us from all our different remote locations to come and serve. So thank you so much. Okay. Okay, we're going now to Terry. Let me find you, Terry, so I can give you the screen. I'm not seeing you. Where are you, Terry? Did she leave? I'm not seeing Terry. She was here. Okay. Hopefully she'll come back. Okay, let's go to Raina.
Can you guys hear me? Hello.
There you are.
Aloha, everyone. My name is Reina Combs, and I am in Atlanta, Georgia. But originally I'm from Bulgaria. So it's been one of my great pleasures that I can not just share the work I've been doing with the whales and dolphins in US, but also like everywhere I travel. Every time when I visit back home, that's also what people keep asking me because they're curious what my my work is. So I will give a little back story to my connection with the whales and dolphins and how this basically led me to the school. And I'm really grateful to you, Laurie, because thanks to you, kind of, I got encouraged to go with this work, even if in the past I've done a lot of, basically, a lot of other modalities that are related to energy work and just working with people. This was something that I did not expect, and I'll share in a minute why. My connection with the whales and dolphins that started when I was super young. If I recall, I've probably been about 5 years old when for the first time I actually saw dolphin on a TV, and I immediately had a reaction. And ever since then, it just felt like part of me. Over the years, all the miraculous stories and synchronicities, like back in the days, we were talking like the 90s, I was just experiencing like out of the blue stuff, just having that recall like of soul remembrance. So over the years, just life unfolded in such a way that I end up in US. And one of the reasons why I end up in US was because prior to that, couple of years prior to that, I was living in British Columbia, Vancouver Island. And over there, I had a really close connection with the orca whales. And prior to that, I've always been interested in energy and personal development. But until that point, I wasn't really interested of working with people. I was just interested of being a very kind of aware child. I was asking a lot of questions, questioning like the educational system, like the cultural aspects of stuff. I was just really like wanting to go deeper. So when I was in Canada and I had my first encounter with orca whales, this was the moment when I got one of the biggest wake-up calls that after led to so many events that basically brought me to you and to this work. So with the orca whales, what the message was that I had to work with people, and I couldn't understand it at that time. And over the years, like everything was leading me step by step to not just explore like the modalities and every aspect of what is the true potential of us as humans, but also how do we relate to the rest of our outside world. So after, you know, like being trained as a professional coach, being trained and being Reiki master, and then working with so many other stuff basically that were like very popular at this time, but not because I was looking for that. They were just coming one after another. I was still seeing that there was something missing, and I was asking deeper questions. And what had happened, after a while, I started feeling the calling, thanks to actually a person we both know, I went to my first swim with the wild dolphins in Hawaii, and that was a life-changing experience, because ever since then I wasn't the same. I had such a deep remembrance and started recalling things and abilities that on some level I knew I had, but I couldn't like use so freely, like for instance, swimming. I can be a great example of basically, you know, all the magics that the school provided and everything else. But just to get to that point of how much the school meant to me is right before and after, actually right before the school, I was already start being called to do like events and retreats on different parts of the world with the whales and the dolphins and the physical. So when the lockdowns happened, I was really kind of, you know, it just was kind of sad, because I was looking forward to actually start introducing people to the magics of those beings, because I was the perfect testament of all the magics and all the healings you can experience with so much grace and with so much love. So I remember one day, that was 2020, you called me, we connected somehow, and you just asked me, like, do you want to be part of the school? The school is just starting. And I know I got a little resistance, because for me it was like, I was questioning, hey, can I experience the same thing like if I'm on land, the same way that I feel when I'm in the water with them, or when I'm in the locations where they're basically living. So to my surprise, that was the moment when everything changed, because it wasn't just the connection with other people who were open to this work, which were just a great reminder that there was a bigger plan, but even going through that incredible healing experience on yourself, as working to go through the training and working with other people. Every time you give a session, you receive a session. So the incredible magical things that have happened are very hard to put in words. And the most amazing of this is, just let me, that basically it felt like going through the training, taking in all the information, which by the way, it felt very familiar, like something almost sounded like on a deep level, that's something that is really close to your soul. And I believe after talking to a lot of the classmates that a lot of them felt this way. But one of the things that I personally experienced, and you know, I have a lot of testimonials over the years, because I did use that word quite a bit. And every time when I go somewhere or mention I work with whales and dolphins, it basically became my lifestyle. So it's not just my work, is basically who I am. So when I share with people, you know, it happened a couple of times that I was ending in hospitals or in places that with people who work in hospitals. And every time when they ask me, like, what is that sound? Like, what is that music? They just open up. So that was also something you've been mentioning. I'm like, how interesting that now we can experience this. But going back to what I was saying, when I went through that training, I felt such an accelerated experience of my own life that it felt like I took 1 year for 10 as experience. My mind just completely started even taking things in a different way. It wasn't anymore weighted by what was going on into the world. And that was one of the things that basically it really shows that when you are connected with your soul, and those beings are there just to help us do that and just assist us of seeing a bigger picture of our own life, then there is no limit. And I've always worked and being interested of the idea of infinite possibilities. And the whales and the dolphins have shown me that over and over again. And I can share so many stories that basically are enough maybe for a couple books, because again, as somebody else mentioned earlier, there is no limit where you can go with this work. So I highly encourage everybody who wonders or thinks that this is not for them, or maybe it's something they're still debating if they want to do, just to take that leap. Because for me, it was taking a leap, trusting the calling, and just doing it at the beginning just for myself, but at the end it just added so much value with the other work I was doing, which is like connecting people who they are. So when you have the whales and dolphins with their like very unique, distinct energy, like the dolphins, they can give you that joy and burst and opening you up to so many possibilities. Then the whales could be this like grander energy of bringing you back to your true self. So that's been really, really beautiful experience. And thank you so much for kind of encouraging me at the beginning, because it's been part of my life now for about 4 years with the process we've been doing. And when I add this with the other work I've done in the past with them, it's now in total 7 years, just being their messenger and ambassador. It just feels
congratulations, really, on the success of your work and for your attendance in the school and your testimonials. And I still remember how much fun we had in Bimini when she came to swim with the I had a retreat to swim with the dolphins there.
Can I just add one thing? Just again, as you start speaking, it came to me, like one of the things I've done so many other healing modalities and things. The only time when I actually take off and I don't remember anything, and that was one of the first experience I had, was in Bimini. When you start playing, I don't know if at that time you already had the school, but I remember through the meditations, I was out. Like I didn't remember anything. I really had a hard time meditating. Until this day, this is the only one thing that takes me away completely.
We should tell people that when you do the session works, it's different for everyone. When we get to the healing part of the session, people are taken out, people go to sleep, they journey into other worlds. Some people hear the meditation, it's quite unique because the whales connect to your soul. And your soul is co-creating with the whale. It's not so much about your physical body telling them they know how to connect to the higher self. And that's what makes it so profound and so accelerated. We're looking at some accelerated healings here. So thank you, Reina. We wish you the best. Much love. Okay, we're going to go now to Linda. Where's Linda? There she is.
Hi, my name is Linda Cavalli, and I am a graduate of Whale and Dolphin Energy Light Medicine. I am located in California, and I am so grateful for this opportunity to assist others with connecting to and working with the whales and dolphins energies and the celestial light beings energies. It's absolutely the most amazing experience. My experience with the Whale and Dolphin Energy Light Medicine School has been so magical and so life-changing in so many different ways. And I'm just so grateful to be able to share this with everyone. One of the ways that it's really helped me expand is really with opening to my multidimensional awareness, which before I kind of was aware of, but I was kind of afraid of it too. And so it's really helped me let go of all of the negative past experiences and memories that I wasn't even aware that I had been holding on to. And going through this course with the whales and the dolphins and their loving presence, their loving energies, feeling safe to actually allow those energies to leave. It's absolutely life-changing, and it's helped me so that I could feel so much lighter and see things from such a more clear perspective than what I was seeing them from before. And one of the most important things to share is that it has really helped me open my heart to allow and embrace more love into my life. Because before doing this course, I didn't actually see that I was blocking and or limiting myself because of those old beliefs and those old past energies that I had been holding on to. And so with opening my heart, with going through this course and with that assistance from the whales and the dolphins and the celestial beings of light and Laurie, Reyon, and beloved Master Cat Puda Seth, I am now able to trust my heart's guidance. It's the most important thing to me right now to share with anyone that is interested in either doing this course or in receiving a healing session, even if you don't know anything about it and you're not sure about it. Because once you allow your heart to guide you, it's this most magical, life-transforming feeling. And it's just an inner knowing that you're on the right path and that you're home and you're not alone anymore. You have all of these beautiful energies and beings around you, both physically and in the multidimensional realms. And it's really the most heart-opening experience. That's what I really want to share. Something else for me to share is that it has been absolutely amazing, and I'm going to use the word magical again, to be able to connect with the whales and the dolphins and the celestial light beings and also animals and other species, and be able to speak to them from my heart telepathically. Before, I doubted it and I was afraid of it. But after doing this course, you get so much practice and you get so much support, not only from the whales and the dolphins and the archangels and celestial light beings, but you get it from Laurie, Reyon, and Master Cat Puda Seth. And that was one of my first experiences, was actually connecting to Master Cat Puda Seth and receiving guidance from Master Cat Puda Seth as well. It was absolutely amazing, and it just made me want to continue and do this more. I have always felt close and called to the dolphins and the whales, though I didn't know it was leading in this direction. But I am just so grateful to have this opportunity to share this and work with clients that are interested in this, or maybe they don't know anything about it, but they want to try it so they can see what it's like. And one of the most joyful things that I got to experience doing this course was working with clients during the program for practice and seeing how people who had not worked with whale and dolphin energy medicine before, how they connected to them and how they felt joy and how they could see things differently and how it really changed their life. And there was even physical healing during these practice sessions. So I'm so grateful for that. It is my heart's desire and my heart's intention to assist clients with healing anything that is limiting them or blocking them, including any pain or trauma or any type of healing that they're needing, to assist them for their greatest and highest good. And so that they can connect with that true essence within their heart and live their happiest, most joyful life that they can experience. So if you would like to do a session with me, I would love to have you connect with me. My website is www.whaleandolphincelestiallight.energyhealing.com. And my email is whaleandolphincelestialhealing@gmail.com. And my phone number is 510-821-4568. And I just want to thank you again so much, Laurie and Master Cat Puda Seth, for this school. I absolutely love it. And I had been wanting a way to share this gratitude with you. So thank you so much for this opportunity. We love you. And I just want to say thank you to all of the podmates. And that's our classmates and anyone that is looking into doing this school. You will have a new family. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you.
It is. We connect from the heart. So Linda, be sure and put your information in the chat too.
Okay, thank you.
So that they can read that. It's so great. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're at the end of the practitioners today that would like to share. And you experienced many of them from years before that have been practicing for some time now. And then you experienced quite a few that are just in the graduating class right now. There are 3 modules to the school. module 1, 2, and 3. And we're just completing module 3 now, and they're in the final stages of their internship. I should mention that, you know, a lot of people talked about being with the dolphins and whales in the physical. I actually moved here to where I live now, Oceanside, California, because we have more dolphins here than anywhere else in the world. Probably 500,000 dolphins, maybe more. We don't know. 5 species. And you go out on the boat, you can see 200 to 2,000 dolphins and different whales migrating in different seasons and stuff. So it's joyful, it's wonderful, it's fantastic, but it is not required to do this work. People all over the world, land-based people, experience the same healing, just as profound. So it's another testament to the light body of the whales and dolphins as they come to your home and they come right to you. It's just, I mean, they've never ever said no to anyone, and they come and that people experience their own unique transformations. You know, one session after another. I mean, we start with the whale and dolphin healing and clearing for everyone, to blaze the violet flame into your body, to clear old toxins, cut cords to contracts, to prepare you for the next level. Then the light body templates are available to you through the cosmic white whales, and descended dolphins bring us dolphin DNA recalibration sessions, which you can read about on our site or on many of the new sites here, working with all 12 strands of DNA. So, but I want to say that the new class that's graduating, every class that comes through our school, the first year they commit to a price, one price for everybody in all the countries, all the practitioners. And it's very affordable. It's $144 for a 90-minute session, starting with whale healing and clearing. And then the other people that have been out working for some time, you'll have to visit their website to see their price. But overall, it's all been very affordable. It has. And I just, in closing, I want to say, it's really at this time frame, you know, here we are 2025, and we're seeing really the destruction finally after thousands of years of the patriarch. We're going to see the collapse of old ways of doing government, pharmaceutical companies, education, everything. The whales tell us that's out of integrity now is going to collapse, and the new earth is going to be built much more quickly than it has been in the previous 100 years. We're just going to see massive changes. So I can't recommend, and not just because I do this, okay, I can't recommend a more powerful way to have support for these changes in your life. Truly the changes that you're seeking, and to have that kind of support. I mean, when was the last time we had a chance to even speak to someone that's been here for millions of years? We haven't had that opportunity. And until we awakened enough to know who the whales are, we weren't really able to access their power, because there was still such a huge separation in our vibration. Well, that day is over. They're here. They're willing. The question is, are you willing to start to remember more about who you are? The whales actually are not only being galactic and cosmic beings, they are the keepers of what we call the codes of creation that are in your body. So as you seek to connect with the higher part of you and to transform yourself and expand your consciousness, there's really nobody else. There's no human. I'm sorry. I don't mean this disrespectfully. There isn't any human that can compete or stand next to these great souls that have all this experience to share with you. So, you know, being an animal communicator and a telepath with animals, Master Cat Buddha continually says the animals are the greater body of healers and teachers on this planet. It's time to wake up and realize that, and give them permission to help you. And I really believe that. You know, this soul I have here is Buddha with me. She's a cosmologist. She's had thousands and thousands of lives, lots of them human. But in this time, she's a cat, and she comes from the Lyran system, and she knows the story of creation. She knows how the whales and dolphins came here, and she knows how we've integrated. And for the most part, she has a pretty good glimpse of the future too. So she is really at least 50% responsible for the work we do and the manuals that we've written that you'll get if you join the school. So are you ready to release yourself from emotional and physical blocks by contacting one of our practitioners, or attending the school, which starts April 27th, 2025? Are you ready to work with your DNA, which are the operating systems in your body? Because the DNA that's carbon-based is transforming into crystalline. And that's part of the creation of the light body, which is the true self. I mean, when you're not here in a physical form, you have a light body. So we're returning to that, aren't we? Through natural healing and alchemy and intention to return. So I just want to say the great whales would tell you that they're here to assist you with that in all possible ways with no limits. So I'm going to take a moment before we close to share the screen. And we've had so many beautiful testimonials for the school. Let me just take you there. And there's a lot to review. Go to Whale and Dolphin Energy Light Medicine. There's a whole page at lauriereyon.com. And it looks like this. Oh, that's not it. Here we are. So the other thing you should know, if you're guided to do any of this work at all, you can come to the school, you can take classes, everything is recorded, so you don't actually have to be physically present when we have our classes on Sundays. You can always go to the replay page, and you're able to go through the whole system if you choose just for your own personal expansion without doing the homework and turning in the necessary requirements to become certified. So there's two pathways. The personal expansion, like I remember when we first started, Candice talked about how she did that the first time, and then she came back another year and decided to study it professionally. Okay. So we're not going to take a lot of time to read this to you because I know you can do that on your own, but there's a lot to share if you're thinking about this as a pathway. You can hold your place in the opening of the 2025 class, which hopefully will be in April, for $250, and we make payment plans for everyone to make it easier for you. And then we have a discount, of course, for people that pay up front. So you can click this tab and read the overview of the school and so much information about the details of it. Okay. Just kind of scan through that for you. It's a lot to review, but there's the class schedule as well. So, and just now from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everyone, the students, the graduates, all of the practitioners now that participated in creating this video, because we love you all. And we're a pod, you know, like the pod being the dolphins teach, which is we're working with our telepathy to be fully, completely connected to the animals and each other. We're working with the vibration of bringing in more light each and every day. And we're working on a path of service, how our lives can interact with other people's lives through the dolphin and whale energy to expand your consciousness. So thank you, everyone, each of you. I'll close this here. Everybody wave goodbye and know that you can go back through this, of course, to find their contact information, and know that we really love you. We really do. And we really care about your future, as the dolphins and whales do too. So much love and namaste.